What's good, everyone? I'm here today with a trade recap on how I took a break even trade today. And I just wanted to get right into it. Um, yeah. So, all right. So, coming into the day, obviously I was bullish. We're at all time highs. Uh, I'm not going to be trying to short. I'm going to stay bullish. Because look what would have happened if you were bearish for any time in the past month and a half. You would have just gotten cooked. So it just keeps going up. It's not previous day low. This is here. Um, but yeah, so I was bullish on the day, and coming into the day, I wanted to see us take out this low and get along from here. But right at market open, we ended up just pumping back to all-time highs, and this is where I started. These are my scenarios when it comes to all-time highs. We either get a manipulation and open low at market open, and you get a long, or we displace high or get a continuation to all-time highs, or we take all-time highs, displace through it, make some to like build up some type of liquidity, generate liquidity, and then get a continuation, continuing to all-time highs, to new all-time highs. And that's the option that I went with today. I know it doesn't look like we really displaced through it, but we did on ES. And I'm gonna just get right into it. So at market open, NQ came right away and took all-time highs, and ES didn't take it yet here, as you can see. Then we started getting a pullback. At this point, I wasn't even thinking about longs, but once ES retook this high, displaced through all-time highs, and open up this 5-minute gap here on NQ while respecting this 5-minute gap once 10 a.m. open, I started wanting to take longs. Reason being, this 5-minute gap here is kind of my condition. If we are bearish and this SMT means something and we've like truly souped all-time highs and want to get some type of rebounds from it, then this 5-minute gap should be respected, and then this 5-minute gap should be disrespected. But we respected this 5-minute gap. As you can see, we did not close below it, and we disrespected this 5-minute gap, which is when I entered my long. I ended up waiting for a pullback to this 3-minute gap right here just because the RR was bad. If I entered like right at this close, right, I wouldn't even have gotten a 1-to-1 to this high. So I'm going to explain why I shortened my TP here in a second. So I limit ordered this 3-minute gap. Could have limit ordered the 5-minute. I would have ended up winning the trade if I did that. But, that's just sheer luck that it is what it is. I wanted to be in the trade. I expected us to go straight back to all-time highs. And it looked like we did do that on ES. But just a case of like ES did exactly what I wanted NQ to do. So I got in on this 3-minute. This was going to be my break even, but ES took this high prior, and this high is all-time highs for ES. So I went break even on NQ, and I shortened my TP to a 1-to-1 because theoretically NQ doesn't need to go back to all-time highs if ES has already. Now, so that's why I went 1-to-1, shortened my TP from this high down to a 1-to-1. That's just my rules. That's what I do. And we fucking edged it by literally like 3 points, 2 points. Edged my TP, dumped straight back to my break even, and I got stopped out at break even. Now, one thing I can point out about this trade is that ES did have this 15-minute gap somewhere. Which gap was it? It was like right here. I think that was the 15-minute gap. This is the 15-minute gap, and ES did have an equal low with it. Now, normally I don't really pay attention to like a gap that is on ES but isn't on NQ, because like this 15-minute wasn't on NQ since we pulled back a lot, and like I thought, okay, we're respecting the 5-minute, so it's probably fine. But maybe this is something I should start paying attention to, that like, all right, we have a 15-minute gap on ES. We should probably manipulate on ES too, especially if ES is looking a little choppy. ES is kind of accumulating here. NQ was displacing through this 5-minute, but ES was kind of accumulating. So, looking for the future, I will be paying attention more to ES, paying attention to its PD arrays, and expecting, to see this manipulation, maybe again SMT at this low, something like that, have an SMT, and then get that long. That would have been like an A++ setup here. And yeah, but I'm not mad about this trade, or I'm not mad at myself for it sucks that I got break even, but I'm not mad at myself for taking it. I think it was pretty good because we're bouncing off this 5 minute. We already did trade into this 4 hour. Yeah, we already traded into this 4 hour gap. And I just felt like, all right, if we displace through all-time highs, I do expect at least ES to retake all-time highs. And at that point, I would be break even, which is how I was fine with taking this trade. And yeah, that's it for the day. It sucks, but it is what it is. Still haven't taken a winning trade on my live account. And I'm on a fresh eval right now. I will be buying probably one Apex eval to put on CPI tomorrow, just cause like I'm trying to get back to fun stage. Like, why not be a little risky about it? It's whatever. And yeah, I'm backtesting basically every single day, trying to see what I can add to my model to increase my frequency, to, become a better trader. And yeah, hopefully I continue doing what I need to do, and soon I will show results from it. Right now, I'm not really showing results, I guess, because I'm fucking lost 2 trades, took a lot of break evens. I haven't won a trade since I think March, so that sucks. But yeah, there was a setup last week. I think it was on Tuesday. It was a 30-second continuation long. That, looking back at it, I should have been in it. It was just a case of like a discretionary thing that I haven't learned yet. But then as soon as I backtested that week, I realized that it is something I should have been in. So that's something new to learn. And then the next time that same scenario happens, I will be in it. And yeah, just trying to, I feel like the big problem that I've had is that, like, I have good conviction. My draws are strong. Like, the exact scenarios that I want to see end up happening. But I just become so strict on my entry model that I end up not getting into the trade, which is a problem that I'm working on fixing. That realizing that the entry model isn't the base of your trade. The base of your trade is your draw, your manipulation, the structure, the targets, all that, not your entry model. So your entry model, you shouldn't be so strict on it, because if everything else is there, why would you need to wait for like the whole 5 minute inversion or this or that, when you can get in on earlier setup? Like, even if technically it's a little more risky, but your RR is better, and if you have such high conviction in that setup happening, why not like get an early entry on it? So that's just something I'm working on some discretionary things on when to sit out, when not to sit out. Like, if you see a setup that's good, you should be doing everything you can to get into it. So that's just the kind of mindset that I'm trying to do. Stop missing out on these trades. It's not really FOMO. It's just like, why would you want to not capitalize on something that you know is there? FOMO is when you start seeing something play out without you, so you start taking bad setups. It's still a good setup because everything is there. You're just lessening your entry model a little bit. In this case, this wasn't the most A++ setup because, we're just going back to all-time highs, weird price action, like kind of uncorrelated on ES, which is why I waited for the highest time frame inversion in the leg being the 5 minute. I waited for this condition to be invalidated. But in other scenarios, it can be so obvious and so clean that you just get in. And that's what I'm learning. That's what will help me get to my goals, reach my goals, and become profitable. So that's it for the day, break even day. And I'll post another video the next time I take a trade.